on earth as it is in heaven. I'm sure you've heard that verse before. The whole verse goes, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I just want to bring clarification about what it's literally saying. Kingdom as in heaven, will as in your physical actions, the things that you do, your behavior, your effort, things like that. On earth, literally the physical around you, as it is in heaven. But heaven as in internally. Many people make references to heaven. I'm sure you have as well. Like when something just feels so blissful to where you're at peace, you just feel very calm, you just feel very happy in that moment. You're experiencing a lot of positive emotions, and so you reference heaven as the feeling. Heaven is the place that many people seek to reach one day. Heaven is the place that people want to go one day. Referencing back, your kingdom come, saying that you experiencing heaven will come to you. You will be experiencing that by your will. It will be done. Basically, different things that you do, different things that you help yourself to experience, you will literally experience it. The part where it says on earth as it is in heaven, the physical is earth, and then heaven is something where you are no longer in the physical state. So that's why I said that the in heaven part of the on earth as it is in heaven is a reference to how you are on the inside, because a lot of times, you've ever heard of that saying, as within, as without, or as within, so without? It's a similar thing. It's literally a similar thing. So your internal world is what's going to show up in the physical world around you. That's why a lot of times when people are feeling all those negative emotions, they're feeling really dark, they're feeling really bad, they're feeling really depressed, a lot of things around them also match that. And a lot of times that's why people saying, oh, you put me through hell, or oh, I'm going through hell, man, this is hell. You know what I'm saying? Like usually when people start to feel all of those negative emotions, all of those negative feelings, they don't feel like they're vibrating very high. They just they're not experiencing emotions that they want to be experiencing in that moment, and they're having a tough time, they're having a hard time, and it's just a lot of they feel very destructive, so they end up referencing H-double hockey stick, and that is not a coincidence. But the people that say that they're experiencing heaven and positive emotions and positive feelings and all of those things, the things around them also show that. By now you're moving closer and closer to figuring all of this out, and that's also why I make these videos, because I too was someone figuring all of this stuff out, navigating through. You just want to experience happiness. You don't want to be sad all the time. You don't want to go through suffering, and that's not to say that just because you are now aware of a lot, you became conscious that you're not going to experience any negative events or negative emotions. Regardless of what level you reach, you will always experience positive and negative. But there are ways to avoid suffering as much, and getting clarification about things is a good way to do that, versus aimlessly and mindlessly with no intent, just moving through life and just listening to what any and everyone is telling you as far as how to navigate through your own experience, or how to navigate through your journey with zero clarification. Input, output. What you put out is what you will receive. That's also a reference to what's going on in your body. It's emitting certain types of energy as well. Everything internally that you have going on is also sending off its own vibration. And that is why it's important that you heal. And let's just say you're one of those people that's past all those parts. So now here are some signs to know that your frequency is changing, to know that things that you've been doing is actually working, how to know that this stuff is actually real as far as everything that you've been working on. You're not as sad as you used to be. You are now at the point where you are trusting yourself more. You're trusting your guidance more, your decision making more. You are putting your trust in God, and you are allowing those feelings that you feel internally, your natural instincts, your gut instincts, that gut feeling, your intuition, to lead you through life. And whenever something doesn't sit right with you, instead of ignoring it, you actually sense it more, to the point where you're able to realize it a lot quicker to avoid whatever it is that it's trying to save you from. You see things more clearly now. For example, just even interacting with maybe some of the people from the past that you used to talk to, or maybe some of your old friends. Maybe you were communicating with them and things started to change for you. Your frequency started to change and you no longer aligned with those people. And this is not to say that, oh, now you're better than these people. No, it's a thing of you have now elevated to the point where you don't even relate to these people anymore. There's a lot that you don't see eye to eye on. You were just on a different path now, and it's because there's things changing for you. And as much as you try to, force a friendship or to force communication, it's just something that doesn't work out, and you eventually have to let go of that. And a lot of things around you have changed, as far as even maybe your job, and this is not to say that all these things are a positive feeling thing or a negative feeling thing. Just things around you are changing. It's just very different from before. The way that you are experiencing things now are completely different than how you were experiencing things however many months ago or however many years ago.
Everything is an illusion. And the sense that I mean is,
you keep putting in effort and it seems like everything keeps falling apart. It seems like the more that you try to put things together and it starts to seem like it works, a lot of things comes to counter that. Everything that you are doing to put an effort in to move in the direction of what you want, it seems like there's things that happen to literally destroy that. And by this point, it has you wondering, am I being crazy? Is this stuff even real? Is it falling apart because I'm it's really not working? And this is the part that's the illusion, okay? So, yes, you're a physical body, Earth, right? Here, this is all real. What is going on internally? Okay, you've already made it to the point where you've healed and all of that. What's going on the outside is things to try to make you return back and to revert back to the old you, to revert back to how you would have handled stress or how you would have handled certain things not working out a certain type of way. All of that hard work that you did to overcome that, now there's things that's going on to try to make you do that and to see if you're gonna fall back on it. Think of it like a past self, And think of it like, okay, if you had all of that inside of your body somewhere and just say I don't know if this is the final level for everyone. This is just an example, but say this is the final level where now all of that negativity and all of that irritation, that frustration, all of that energy is being released all around you. And it has to show up within the physical. So now all those things are now falling apart all around you. That doesn't mean now you need to give up because it's not working. It is working. Always remember the fact that there was some points where everything that you've been experiencing, there was a lot of this that you were not experiencing back then, and now it's completely different. Even the way that all this stuff is falling apart, the way that it is right after you're trying to build something, is a good example of how different it is from the past. This is something for you to move forward with. Just because this thing is going on within the physical, it's an illusion, meaning you don't really need to be paying attention to that. And it is hard. It is hard, and it is going to make you think that you're crazy. Like, what do you mean there's things falling apart around me and I'm just not supposed to pay attention to it? You're not supposed to allow that to waver how you feel on the inside. You're still supposed to maintain that knowing within yourself that you are still on the right path and that you are still in the right direction and that what you are going after is still going to happen. But it's not something that you are desperate for and that you care too much about as if you don't have it. It's kind of like you're not even bothered by it because regardless, you know what the end result is going to be at the end of the day. That's really what you have to walk around and feel and think. If you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you and bye.